crystal as a gemstone was seen as a symbol of purity and transcendence. The ancients thought of it as the most precious stones because it came from the heavens. It could allow light to pass through it, but it also had this ability to preserve cold, but also refract light. I think in the present moment, we're in this situation where people kind of want to find their own spiritual state, but also be connected to earthly things. So there's a sensuality and materiality to it that also attracts people. Those two things, I think, play into the fascination. You can just read in any contemporary magazine, oh, use these certain stones. They have certain effects on you if you believe in it. Even though there might be a critique of if crystals actually have healing properties, it doesn't diminish the powers that crystals have in popular imagination.
We've gone in the last 50 years from a country that is focused on things like salvation to a country that's focused more on self-help and healing. In 1990, the number of Americans who self-identified as Christians started to go down from 86% to 85%. Now in 2019, it's more like 69%. Even though you see a sort of a decline in Americans who practice traditional religion in church, you don't see a decline in spiritual belief. So in the absence of sort of church life, what are people doing? Thinking about crystals, thinking about energetic body work, thinking about healing.
We passed on to this new stage where crystals are actually legitimized to a certain extent, and they're seen that they can have healing properties, that people are specialists in them, and that you need to pay for a lot for their services.
As far as I know, there's no scientific proof that crystals actually do emanate a real energetic force. But there are real psychological benefits to believing, to having faith.
When we do a crystal reading, your energy connects you with stones that have information to help you navigate something that's coming up. When they're placed on the body, their perfect state allows your vibration to match that state.
If you go back to the Greek word, kristallos means frozen ice. And the reason for that is the ancients believed crystal to be one of the most precious gemstones and had its origins from the sky. Like, there's a reason why we say, oh, my thoughts crystallized into something. It's because they kind of represent a mental activity in which one can get closer to God, closer to themselves, closer to the earth. But it all begins with an engagement with a stone, whether it's in one's mind or whether it's holding it close to your skin.
So our #1 best-selling crystal is quartz. Quartz can kind of do it all. The #2 best-selling crystal is rose quartz, and that's for love and for the heart, and certainly in this city we could all use some more softness.
I'm gonna totally be you, right?
Wait, you know what you want. Which good? You're like, I want that one.
That's what I'm here for.
You are here
Is that for sale?
Yeah.
I'm due in August with a little man, our first. We are doing a home birth. Maha Rose has these beautiful selenite plates, and I just thought it would make an amazing base for a birth altar. I basically go to whatever calls me and like to think that he's guiding.
As an essential aspect from the past that plays into the current contemporary fascination is the way crystals are associated with desire. My favorite story is Romance of the Rose, which is a 13th century French text. There's this one part where a lover comes upon a fountain and sees 2 crystals at the bottom of the fountain, and he doesn't know if it's himself or his lover. I think it's something that people gravitate towards as something that can have special powers to them and have a sensual, intimate experience with.
When I was first beginning this crystal journey, I remember sitting at the desk at Maha, and I remember seeing this stone off to the side. It was just like by itself. I just remember it felt like it was staring at me the whole time. So finally at the end of the night, I was like, all right, I've had enough. I'm gonna buy you, I'm gonna take you home. It was just wild the way that it like completely transformed my dreams.
I think the American mind is still really enchanted or still really spiritual, but American religious practices have kind of shifted.
All of that cultural history plays into the current fascination in which there is this tension between, oh, I want something more than myself. At the same time, I like pleasurable experiences that come from interacting with materials. I don't think crystals in particular have healing properties. I guess you could call it a placebo effect, in the same way that, a watch from your father who's passed away, or an image, a very precious picture of someone can have an effect on you. I do believe that if someone has a crystal and wants to put in all their beliefs, that it can have that effect.